Hey, Ryan here. Hope you guys are doing great. I'm back with my geeky gear chats with awesome musicians. Here I have Baz Roze from the rock band Black Roze. He's the guitarist, songwriter, and also manages the band. So before we dive right into this chat, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel. Let's kick this off by a quick introduction from the man himself. Tell us a bit about yourself, man. And first of all, thank you for taking the time and having this chat with me. I really appreciate it. Over to you, man.
Yeah, no worries, Ryan. It's an honour. Thanks for having the chat with myself. Yeah, I'm Baz Roze from the band Black Roze, and that's with R-O-Z-E. You did say I am a songwriter. I will say that he's equally shared amongst the rest of the bands. I don't want him coming down on me later on. But yeah, so I'm the guitarist and do the day-to-day management of the band as well, alongside Vixen, our singer. So yeah, it's pretty much full time, as you know yourself, because obviously all the stuff you guys get involved in. So yeah.
Yeah, how do you kind of manage, you balance out the time management, if I get that right? Get the time management in place. You got to write all these songs, you got to do your guitar parts, and then managing the band, social media, all that stuff, man. That's a lot of time involved.
Yeah, it is. I mean, believe it or not, we actually got a calendar on the fridge. Got every day on it. And everything that we've got coming up goes on that calendar. And I know it seems ridiculous. I mean, I've obviously got it on my phone, but when you walk past it day in, day out, you know that's what you've got planned for that day. And I mean, I even do the video editing for a video, so which I'm a little bit behind on. So I need to get myself into gear for our next single. But yeah, you just got to plan it all out, plan it out properly, because as you say, otherwise it just becomes a blur. So yeah, that's it really.
Cool. Apart from you, is there anybody else who chip in and do some kind of work, that could help you out?
Yeah, I mean, Vixen, our singer, she's as much as involved as myself. She deals with certain people alongside myself, and she's the pretty one in the band. So that helps sometimes, but yeah. No, she's good. She's very good at organising stuff. So between us both, we sort of run the band, and the songwriting itself is actually shared all between the whole members of the band. So
cool.
I mean, we could, talk about the songwriting. I mean, Steve, our bass player, Steve Rankin, he's got so many songs that he's written in the past, and a lot of time we get hold of them and we modify them, rip it apart a bit, use bits and bobs of it. He's a very good lyricist. We've literally just done one recently. Used his words were fantastic. But we totally changed the way he originated. And when we done it, it was great because it felt like it was a band song, so yeah, he's a very good songwriter. Vixen's very good. She likes her dark and minor chords, so I have to try and keep her in tow a little bit with that, because she likes it a bit too minor. You can't have everything in an E minor. She would.
You cannot have enough of E minor, man. The almost key tracks, classic tracks, all E minor, man.
Yeah, exactly. I know. She loved it. If I just do it on minor chord, she goes, "Well, that's nice."
Yeah, that's the same chord as the previous track.
That's the trouble when you're doing everything in E minor. You got to think when it comes to the solos, it's like, I'm just the last 7 songs are in E minor. What should I do now?
That's cool, man. So let's get into guitars, man. So what brand of guitars do you use?
Okay, really, I'm a Jackson fan, really. So I mean, I've got a few to hand. So in the 90s, when I really first started playing, I actually used, I've got it here, my shoutout Jackson Model 4. Yeah, I've still got it.
Did you say that was from the 90s?
Yeah, this is well, actually the guitars from 1987.
All right, cool.
It's an original Model 4 Charvel. But if you look at the sorry, it says by Jackson Stroke Charvel, and it's actually had the Jackson pickups, the original Jackson pickups on it as well. So yeah, this used to have a lot of wear in the old days. So much so, if you could see it closely, the frets are absolutely knackered now. I need to get it refretted because it's a lovely guitar. The action's brilliant. Pickups could do better pickups, but they were what they were in the day. And so it's like my old baby that I used probably for 20, 25 years.
Wow.
Yeah, probably 20 years I used that.
Yeah.
I actually snapped the tremolo arm on it once because I was giving it so much for that. So I could buy
Don't we all our moments with breaking one of those?
Yeah, it was like, I couldn't believe it. I was mid solo. I was like giving it some welly, you know. I was like, oh dear, what's happened now? So the other guitars I use are all Jackson. This is my main guitar. It's called the.
I've seen that one, man, at the gig. Yeah.
This is nice. I've had this all refretted.
Yeah.
The action's nice, but pickup Seymour Duncan. The pickups are amazing. So the action, I need to get a bit better. But that's now I've had it refretted. It keeps its tune better because again, I've been hammering this out for probably a good 10, 15 years now. So
So do you do any kind of mods on your guitar, man?
Right, the only mod I've really done on my guitar is I bought this cheap Jackson. These one from where are they made in? These Chinese ones.
Yeah.
I got it. It was brand new. I got it off a friend of mine, and I love the neck on it. It plays really well. But the tremolo setup was actually made out of brass. So literally, you'd give it a few goes on the old tremolo, it would be out of tune. And I was looking at it, I was rubbing away on the metal because obviously it should be hard and steel for the floating trems. And bloody brass, you know, they made the bloody. And it's got. Is it a Floyd? Oh yeah, it's got a Jackson name on it. I couldn't believe it. Actually, that should be a hard piece of steel that floats up and down on the screws. So it's absolutely tragic. I thought it's crap. I'll ditch it. But what actually happened is I also got another Jackson here, which this one here is a one-off. It's a Concept 94.
Yeah.
There weren't many of these made. I had two of these. So this was a 90s Jackson. So I basically raped the Floyd Rose off the other one that I had.
Yeah.
Because obviously they were made out of real steel in their place. And then I basically took it apart and I put the 97 floating bridge onto this Jackson, and it actually makes it's really made a really lovely guitar now.
Yeah.
So for 180 quid, I mean that's just my backup with my string goes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's nice guitar now. So and it looks nice on the wall. So
yeah.
Soul green and stuff isn't really my thing.
Have you always been a Jackson guy?
Pretty much. I had an Aria Pro 2 Libra in the very early 90s. I bought that brand new. That was a nice guitar. I wore that out. Those frets went on that a bit. Sold it to a friend of mine. I've got an old Ibanez. It's got a crack neck. 404 S404, I think it is. I can't remember. I don't play it really. And I did have a Ibanez Gem 77, the blue floral pattern one, Steve I reissued.
Yeah.
But I sold that. The problem with it, absolutely lovely guitar, but I didn't want to take it out of the house. because I didn't want to scratch it up or dink it. So it was great at home, and I used it for a few studio home recordings and stuff. I wasn't using it for gigging, so I ended up selling it in the end because it was quite expensive just to have hanging on the wall. And, it was too nice a guitar not to be used.
So while you're tracking, do you happen to use like any other brand of guitars or anything?
We're still. You're back.
That was a quick glitch from Zoom there. But anyhow, we're going to crack on. So do you happen to use like any other brand of guitars when you're tracking for like a single or an album, whatever?
Yes. It's funny you say that. Last single, Not Your Whore Anymore, I actually used, this is the sound, well, it might not, because you probably know that they are pretty good guitars. A friend of Vixen's friends, Karina, she's got an Epiphone Les Paul, and I tried it, and it actually was really, really nice. And I plugged it in, and I thought, this is lovely, absolutely lovely. So one of the tracks on the Not Your Whore Anymore, our last single, was actually using that. Lovely guitar. I like the Les Paul type style guitar, but they're so heavy. I couldn't play a whole gig with them. And the neck's quite wide. And they're used to the slimmer necks of the Jacksons. I tried my friend's Les Paul about 2 years ago. My fingers went in between the strings because the neck was so much wider. I wasn't used to where the strings are, so I sort of. But that Epiphone, really good guitar. I mean, 380 quid you pay for it. Really good guitar. Value for money. Right.
Cool, man. So those are the guitars, man. So what amps do you use? Do you use, traditional valve amps? Or are you into modelers? What is your takes on that?
I've got about 5 Marshalls. I've got your normal 100-watt MG stuff for homework, the transistor one. I've got the hybrid Marshall, but obviously I use I don't know, maybe spin it around. I've got my main amps are these 2 Marshalls down there. So the JMP, which I don't use very often now, again similar sort of syndrome to the Ibanez. I mean, when I bought that in 1990, I paid £300. And I literally, in them days, was going gigging, I'd chuck it in the back of the car and bashed around, and I used that probably for about 20 years again. And then one day I just thought I'll have a look on eBay just how much they're going for, because and I noticed more and more YouTube videos were coming up with this 1977 Super League Mark II. No master channel, so it's like the loudest thing in the world. It's a similar ones to what Eddie Van Halen and Angus used on their 70s album. And they sort of start off about £1,300 to 18 to £2,000 now. Because basically they're a similar model to the Plex. So they haven't got obviously the plastic front. They got the steel front. They're not hand wired. So the value of these is just going through the roof now. So I actually don't play with that anymore. It's at home and I sort of like cover it in cotton wool. And that's my pension. So later on. I think someone wants to give me 1800 for it. But fantastic bands. Just phenomenally loud. I mean, if you jump the channels, which I used to get both out, a bit of a high and a low channel. God, blimey, I used to play. I never had it past 4. Once you get it started on 6, in rehearsal or on 6, it sounds beautiful, but I mean, you really need an attenuator with that. I never really got around to use the attenuator, so I never really got a proper sound out of it because it is so loud. So, I bought, I don't know if I got underneath that, I got a JCM 2000 now. What I do is I use the clean channel with the crunch channel on it. Just get back up here. Yeah, I use the crunch channel on your JCM 2000, just so it's more of a clean sound, and then I wire my pedals up and my effects up through that.
Yeah.
Just keep the gain down very low on the crunch channel. The gain's on 2.5, and I put my effects through it, and it sounds. I finally got sound out of it. And I'm really, really happy with it. It took about 2.5 years to do it. But yeah, so the JCM is my newest purchase. I say that probably 4 or 5 years. But yeah, another great amp. It's a Marshall, so
of course, man. So what does that go out on a live situation? Do you take amps out, or do you use modulars?
I mean, no, not at all. It's all amps. I've got one of these babies.
All right.
That's my savior, should I say? This has been a funny old thing. I've struggled for years to get a decent sound out of it. What I love is there's everything on here, absolutely everything. You name it, they're dirt cheap. Absolutely everything from octaves to pitch shifts, rotary delays, wahs, different wahs, EQs, different preamp selections. Absolutely everything. You can do anything and everything with it. But I really struggled to get a good sound out of it. I was happy with, and I was YouTubing Boss ME80, just going through to see what people's recommendations were for getting a better sound. And this will be interesting for all you Boss ME80s out there. There's the jack socket there. So that's just a headphone socket, 3mm. So this is a really quirky thing that Boss done. I have no other idea. If you put that in there, so you basically cut that brings the amp simulator to life. It gives it it's like it's another world. It's like it's another set of pedals.
That is weird, man.
Yeah. So any Boss ME80 owners out there that have been struggling with sound, because it does get a lot of bad press online. But if you were to do that, the quality is the difference is phenomenal. Basically, it activates all your preamps here. So and these are all set. One of them's like the lead, which will be like equivalent to my JMP. You've got that from Clean, like a Vox sound. I use the stack sound, which basically is the double Marshall stack. And what a difference. So
cool.
If you actually look in the manual, it does mention that. But who actually ever reads all the way through the manual? And also, if you read it, you probably wouldn't think much of it.
Yeah.
Because you just think, I'll worry about that later.
Yeah.
Because I did read the manual. But yeah, I love it. I can program all my patches in. It's got 9 channels worth of patches. And if I want to, any manual stuff, you can go from, so that's all my banks there. Or you can go from that to a manual, so you can use everything separately. And what I love, it's got knobs and buttons on it.
Yeah.
So I haven't got to patch through 300 patches to get to something. You can actually physically see where something is. It's great. Yeah. And even the stuff you program, it's so easy to change on stage. If you're using a cab that doesn't sound quite like the cab that you normally use at a festival, so if you're at a festival, then you can easily change your patch settings as well. So, that's been, I finally got there, Ryan.
I need to get one of those just to try out that little trick and send it back.
It was amazing. We were at a rehearsal one day, and I said to the band, I said, check this out. I said, so hear that, and they're like, well, I'm just going to plug this in, and I went like that, and they all went, wow, what's happened there? And I said, it's just the Boss thing that it's absolutely mad. I have no idea. I don't have just a button to press.
That is absolutely bonkers, man.
Yeah, yeah, interesting though.
Yeah, very, very much indeed. I've never heard of that before, ever.
No,
Need to check out the manual since you mentioned it's already in there. Need to,
yeah.
you have to check that out.
The other thing that's on there that nobody ever uses because it's hidden is a noise gate.
Yeah.
Any Boss ME80 owners that don't know it, there's a noise gate on there as well, which works really well. But again, it's one of them things that's hidden. You have to like press the button for 3 seconds and hold something else down. You know?
So is that basically like your whole setup, with the ME80 and your amps?
Yeah.
That's it.
But basically, yeah. So I go through the live situations. I go through the Marshall, go through the ME80 into the Marshall JCM 2000. Straight into the camp. What I love about it is because we do a lot of festivals. It's compact. You know how it is. You got 10 minutes changeover.
Yeah,
I'll throw it on the floor. I mean, I don't even have to plug it in. It's got batteries. If I reach over that, literally, there's nothing connected to it. You know, it's in and out, and it's stopped up. Finally now I've got a decent sound out of it.
That is so cool, man. So what would you say your influences are?
Well,
or who would you say influence?
That man out there.
Oh, wow. The man.
Yeah. That man up there, when I was, God bloody hell, when I was real little, when I started playing guitar, I was about 13.
Yeah.
He just blew me away. I remember watching on Channel 4. This is years and years ago, so I think we only had 4 channels in them days. They put on Woodstock, just the whole of the Woodstock Festival. They put it on about 3 o'clock in the morning. And so I'm staying up all night, you know. I carved up. I think I had a few beers, but I don't think because nothing was accessible them days. You didn't have YouTube. You literally had to wait up and watch whatever you wanted to watch.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Woodstock came on. And of course, it was a 2.5, 3 hour live show of basically all the highlights of Woodstock. I mean, Hendrix was at the end, wasn't he? So because he played at 6:30 in the morning. So by the time we come on, it was about 6:30 in the morning. But anyway, I remember seeing him on that, and then I was just blown away. I just, you know, he was just such a great innovator. You know, technically, you know, there's people that blow him out of water now, but as an innovator, absolutely fantastic. You know, it's a shame that he went so early. I would love to have seen what he would have actually got into later on in his life. Yeah.
Are you influenced by any guitarists, like any currently known guitarists?
My favourite, the most current really is Satriani. I like a bit of Steve Vai, but he's probably a bit too over the top for me. He's probably a bit more up your street, I would imagine.
I love the dude, man. He's just so weirdly creative.
I knew you would. I know you without even knowing you.
Anything that doesn't sound normal, good for me.
Well, the effect is, I mean, he's got racks stacked up, hasn't he? You know, you can imagine him at a festival. Right, you've got 5 minutes of changeover. They'll come out of mountain of racks. Now, I do like him, but some of a lot of his stuff's a bit too much. Satriani is probably my middle ground. Gary Moore used to be really, you know, obviously what he was like. And Shankner and Blackmore and all them sort of 80s type style guitarists, because I'm sort of stuck in the 80s anyway. So,
so getting into, Black Roze and production and the writing process, would you say the band writes, come together and write the songs as a whole, or does somebody, or do you bring in the idea and then expand from that?
Yeah. Well, as I said earlier, that's basically what happens. It'll either be Steve, myself, Vic, and Vic, our drummer as well. You know, everyone's there. and everyone gets involved. So it will literally is the process will be someone will come up with an idea.
Yeah.
Like I say, Steve, our bass player, has written loads of tracks. I mean, we've probably got enough for 5 albums. But we all get hold of it and we manipulate it, and we might make it, say, a bit darker. Vixen has a way. She likes E minors and stuff. So if it's not in E minor, straight away she goes, "Can put that in E minor?" But yeah, it literally is a joint thing, you know. Even myself and Vixen, if we come up with a riff, we go to Steve's place, and we call it like our dry run type thing. He's got like a little man cave, and our drummer has got digital pads, so we can have it all quiet, and we can just spend hours and hours going over things without having to stand in a rehearsal room, blowing each eardrums out. And then once we're happy with something, we'll record it. We'll take it away, and then we'll have a list of 2 or 3 days, and we'll improve on it. And then when we go back, and then when we're ready, we go to the rehearsal studio and blam it out live. And then we see what happens. So, and then if we can, we like to gig them. But you can't always gig things before you record them. So.
Cool. So in general, man, if you just take a single, right, and if there is like a minute or a minute and a half solo pushing it, how long would it take for you to kind of decide, you know, you come up with a solo, you come up with the idea, and you're just going to leave it, and you're happy with it? How long would it generally take you?
Right, what do you mean to just sort of like, so we've got the song, we've got the backing, well, I mean, it depends. If I just want it depends what sort of song it is. I mean, we range from sleazy stuff to sort of some quite dark stuff. So if it's a sleazy song, I'll probably blag a pentatonic something or other, do a bit of rock and roll type scale stuff, you know, because that's all you really. That goes with it, you know. It's what the song is really. So I could blag something. I could possibly blag something there and then and think that weren't bad. I'll keep that. Yeah. You know, if I don't, then it isn't that difficult to do. Yeah. Something decent over a solo, over a sleazy type. So, other stuff, if I really want to work on it, it could take me a week of playing the guitar, maybe 2 weeks sometimes before, because I keep changing it. And it all depends, because whatever you play to a backing track, once you get into a live environment, the dynamics change. And what you think sounds great, you know, while you're sitting at home practicing it. Once you get in a live environment, it might not sound so great because you've got Steve banging out on the bass, and it might get lost behind his bass, you know, or Vic, our drummer, might go into a double pedal bit there, and I'm thinking, hold on a minute, this is my solo. Stop that. So, the more complex stuff, it can take a week to 2 weeks sometimes. It really depends on what sort of song we're doing. Our first album was so diverse. We got some really slow, rocky stuff to some really heavy, dark stuff. So it all depends what type of song it is, really.
Cool, man. So you mentioned earlier that, you know, most of the guys in the band have like a basic studio setup. So while you guys like working on a demo or confirming stuff, does any of that actually basic recording end up on the actual album or single?
No, definitely not. No. I mean, my setup here is just Audacity. All right. It's very simple. And again, with the this is another thing. Basically, it's got the USB, so I just literally plug this into my laptop, and I can use anything and everything on there. So that's another beauty of the aggregate. So I just do Audacity. Steve's got Cubase. If I come up with an idea, I'll stick it on Audacity, send it over as an MP3. Any sort of demo recordings, proper demos, we just go around his man cave, and he used Cubase and with fixed drums on his digital drum pad. And as long as it's good enough to think that's near enough. And when we go into the studio, we can play it to the engineer, sound engineer guy, and he's got an idea, beats per minute, and all that sort of stuff. The hard work's done, because when you're in your studio, you don't want to be standing there or saying, "What's the beats per minute on that?" "Oh, I don't know, hold it a minute," and that's an hour gone already.
I see what you mean, man.
I can tell.
So, does Black Roze have a new single or a new album coming out? Do you want to share something about that, man?
Yeah, definitely. So our last single, "Not Your Whore Anymore," we was really happy with. We've got a fan club called the Black Roze family. Hello, everyone on there. Lovely bunch of people. I mean, we don't send thousands of invites out. We like to keep it to the idea of the family is people actually get on board with yourself as well. Our main page has got nearly 5,000 followers, but we're keeping this around about 900 to 1,000 people in Black Roze. So we keep them up to date. They're great. And our last single we released, and we were happy if we'd just got into the download charts, even the top 100, to be honest.
That is awesome, man.
As you know, the streaming doesn't really give you that much income at all. But having a download is a bit better. So so we ended up number 1 in the Amazon rock charts. We'd like to thank Black Roze family for that. A lot of people went out and bought that single, and it's downloaded, and we couldn't believe it. It just blew us away. It was amazing. We ended up number 24 actually in the UK Amazon charts, which is outstanding. It's against all the rappers.
Cool, man. That is so cool.
I honestly, I just couldn't believe it. One of the proudest moments of my life. It's just absolutely. I thought I'd read it wrong. I was thinking of it. No. No, fantastic. But so yes, we have a brand new single coming out on March the 25th. Available for download on Amazon and all your other platforms, of course. I will say that. It's called At the Devil's Door. Sorry. No, it's not called At the Devil's Door.
He's messing with us.
I'm thinking ahead. That's the one after. It's called Burn It Down. God, bloody hell. Yeah, it's called Burn It Down. We recorded it a new studio for us. Dan Lucas at Anchor Baby recording studio down in sort of Canterbury, Ashford Way in Kent. And the production he's got for us on that is being fantastic. It's definitely a step up for us. So we've booked another session with him for the next single, which is At the Devil's Door, which is why I got confused. We've got the artworks done on that now, and I've started on the video. As I said, I'm a little bit behind because I joined a punk band as well, another punk band. I joined because I was in a punk band. I joined another one, and so I'm doing some recording with them on March the 13th. So I've had to get my head down a bit and learn their stuff as well. So it's put our video behind a little bit, but I've still got 3 or 4 weeks, I think. Just about.
This dude is busy, man.
Well, I'm also going to be doing some. Going to be doing some green screen with Vixen. So similar to what I did with our video for Soul on Fire. Basically, we've got a green blind. Yeah. And she basically sings in front of it. Yeah. And I load it up to the software. And the last Soul on Fire, when I used it last, I had some burning flames in the background and everything. Yeah. It went really well with the song. Because the thing with green screens are you've got to get your lighting right, otherwise you get the little fuzzy edge around the person and stuff like that. And I've got an app on my phone which tells you where your hot spots, your low spots are, so you can adjust your lighting for your green screen there. Yeah. So we're going to be doing a bit of that. She's bought an outfit, a devil's outfit. It's quite a dark thing. So need to get on and do that. But yeah, March the 25th, burn it down. And it sounds awesome. We're so happy with it.
So what is the gigging situation like, man, for Black Roze? Are you guys going out and doing like a mini UK tour or?
Yeah, I mean, last year, as soon as August lockdown went, it was like, it felt like on the road every weekend, you know, which we pretty much was up to October, I think it was October. This year, we're keeping it a little bit quieter because we've obviously got a new album coming out in next February, we're hoping. So we need to have time to go in and keep bashing the stuff out, ready to get in the recording studio and record it. So yeah, we've got a lot of stuff out. We've got a local gig around here because we haven't seen our local fans for a while. They're brilliant. Again, we pack out the joint. Fantastic, you know. We're very lucky with that. Then we've got a support slot with Romeo's Daughter in Wolverhampton in March. Then we got a few up in Birmingham, Scotty Murphy's, and the Billingsley, where we met. We got a couple in Rotherham, supporting a Slovenia band called the Hellcats. There's a few others I can't remember. Oh, Enough's Enough in November. We're supporting Enough's Enough, Robin to Wolverhampton. So that's good because they were one of my, as a bit of a black metal boy. They were heroes when I was younger. And yeah, we was confirmed for New Wave of Classic Rock, Hard Rock Hell, New Wave of Classic Rock. Next January, which is they moved now to Leicester because it's a bigger venue. I think the tickets have gone pretty quick for that already. So that's really, you know, we're pleased with that. So we're not going to go too mad. Obviously, if any major festivals get hold of us, we'll be up for it. But we're trying to rein it in a little bit because, as you know, it takes time. Things take time.
Of course, man. I totally get that.
You can't turn up in the studio and then, right, what are we doing? You know, you have to be planned. As a sound engineer, you know exactly.
I think I need to pass that on to the Webb team. You know, things take time. I'm like being always push. When's the next track ready? When is it going to be ready? When is the album ready? It's like, freaking hell, man.
I know. I mean, well, you guys are lucky to have you as sound engineer. You know, that's great.
Pretty much everything is in house, man. Apart from the mastering, you know, and the lyricist. The wife takes care of the lyrics, and she's awesome with that.
Right. Yeah, great lyrics. I will say you guys are fantastic musicians. You know, absolutely top notch. You know, when we saw you,
too kind, man. You're just too kind.
Yeah, you were, and so tired. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely, really, really tired. We was all impressed.
Thanks a lot, man. That was good to hear. You know, this has been an awesome chat, man. So before we end this, do you want to give a shout out to any of your fans or anything at all?
I'd just like to say mainly thank you to the whole of the Black Roze family for sticking by us and supporting us, and to all our local fans as well in the area of Thanet, Kent. You know, they've been coming to see us play, or in my other bands, probably for a good 25 odd years. And I don't think I've ever played to, you know, every gig that we've played in our local area has always been jammed, rammed, packed out. And I'm hoping it's going to continue that way because obviously COVID scared a few people. We done a few local gigs last year and they still come. So just like to say thanks guys to everyone, and thanks to the Black Roze family as well. So March the 25th, next single. Keep your eyes out, everyone.
Cool, man. Thank you very much. Anyhow, and this has been awesome, and I will see you on the road soon.
See you later, Ryan. Rock and roll, man.
I think we got a very cool announcement to make. Take it all, man.
Yeah. So the other people or company I actually forgot to mention was Jägermeister, because locally we've got this reputation. We drink a few Jägermeisters at our local shows just for a bit of a fun, and our crowd always generally ends up passing a few Jägermeister shots over to the stage to us. So when we chuck in a few covers right at the end of the night, it can be a little bit of a squiffy moment. But we love it so much that we actually wrote a song which we haven't released, but it is online as a snippet video. And we mentioned the word Jägermeister and having fun with Jaeger. And so I contacted Jägermeister and I sent them the song, and they were over the moon, and they sent us bottles of, I'd tell, they sent us bottles of Jägermeister, the old, what they call it, last thing, the lanyard holders, stickers, little glasses. Yeah, it was fantastic. So thanks for that, Jägermeister. So yeah, we'll give Jägermeister a good shout out for that.
So we are definitely done now. Thanks a lot, man. See you on the road.
See you now.